figure it out. Oh, look, it's picking up.
It does. I don't know why you have to kind of like
Juggle it.
and then for some reason it's fine.
Can you guys hear us okay? Everyone over there? Hello, Melissa Lopez.
Okay.
Can you guys hear us okay on that end? Anyone?
Hello.
We just
there
had,
it goes. Is that?
there it goes. We just had to fix the mic. Hi, Kim.
Oh, yay, they can hear us.
Hi, Melissa.
Good.
Okay, good.
Happy
Yay.
No, Thursday.
Thursday. Thursday.
Are we all
That's
set?
the good news
Yes.
about this guy is there's
Hello,
room for
Wendy.
all of
Are you holding your grandbaby? Wendy just went to go see her brand.
Aw.
grandbaby.
Yay.
Hi,
Hi.
Cheryl.
Oh, echoey.
It's echoing.
She said a little echoey.
A little echoey. It could be me and my big loud face.
Get off on me.
DK said, yes. Amy said, hi, Amy. I just talked to
Hi.
Amy too. I just talked to
I
Cheryl.
know.
Just talked to Amy. All right. Baby is sleeping, but as soon, oh, little girl too. I love it so
Sweet.
much. Hi, Megan.
Megan.
I love Megan. I'm
I'm
here.
here.
I'm here. Hello, everyone. Okay, girls. So y'all are really going to love today's topic of this podcast. It is one topic. So y'all are going to love it on that screen. Y'all are going to get a big heads up for what's coming on Monday. So I'm very excited about it. Hi, Sarah Russell. Hey, hey. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thursdays at 3, everyone.
Yay, yay,
Okay.
yay.
Oh, good.
Good. No more echo. Okay.
I'm ready when you are.
We're ready. Let's do this. Y'all remember you can always stay on afterwards too, because that's fun. And here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. Hello, everyone. Hello. It is podcast day. Robbie Page here. I'm very excited about today's podcast, to be quite honest. There's going to be a little twist, just so you guys know. We are topic specific today in preparation, celebration for my February theme in my inner circle. So a lot of you guys don't know what the inner circle is, but I take one topic and we talk about it the entire month, and we grow and we learn and we work through exercises and we do things and we got homework and all the things. And so all of you are invited to join my inner circle, by the way. However, today I have 4 topics that I'm going to throw at you guys because I chose 4 topics to train for the month of February in the inner circle. So if you want more information about the inner circle, please go to robbiepage.com and get in there because Friday, February is going to be fire.
Yes,
So
100%.
I'm sitting here with yours truly.
Melissa Jeffrey on.
Danielle Perkins.
Callie Atwood.
And girls, today we're going to talk about men.
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 That was a funny show.
Yeah,
My dad
yeah.
loved that show.
She's in love with the boy. Let's start there. What songs do we know about
Oh
men?
my gosh.
Wow.
It's raining men.
Hallelujah, it's raining men.
Amen.
Okay, I want to sing this one. Ready? RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. RESPECT. Okay, and here's what happens every time I do that. Guess what women say?
That's a song about me.
Aretha Franklin sang that. Did you
Mhm.
guys know that a man wrote it? And when he published that song, it was not okay.
Oh, wow.
And so Aretha Franklin took it and made it what we know today.
That's very interesting.
That is.
RESPECT. Okay, so what's another song? What's another song about boys?
Callie's the best.
Callie, you're the
Mhm.
best. Go.
Well, there's the Lizzo Boys song.
I don't know that one. Hold
I
on.
know.
Let's ask our YouTube live watchers. We
I am not
have
surprised.
women on the screen over
Yes.
here. You can watch us record these podcasts on YouTube live on Thursdays at 3. And so let's ask our audience, what song do you girls know about men? Do you guys have any suggestions out there? We have a lot of people on. Cheryl's on. Kim's on.
Oh, what a man, what a man,
Man, what a mighty
man,
good-
Yep.
Oh, wait,
Nope.
let's do it again.
You.
Ready? Go.
No.
You go. You go. You go.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man.
Yes, you are. No.
That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
okay.
it.
Okay. Good. Okay. Good. What else? Bad boys. Bad boys.
Oh,
What
yeah.
you gonna do?
Phyllis.
What you gonna do when they
I
come
will.
for you? Wait, that's a
Phyllis.
movie. Isn't
No,
that
it's a
called?
movie,
It's a
but
song.
it's a
It's
song, too. It's the theme song for Cops, but it's a song.
I thought they wrote it for the show.
Did they?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, but
I didn't
yes,
watch that.
yes,
I didn't
yes.
watch that
Oh,
show.
yeah, yeah. Look,
Yes,
Kim,
man.
Phyllis said "Bad Boys." Cheryl said "What a Man." We've got Kim Gainey said "Go Callie."
I don't know that song.
"Sharp Dressed Man" by ZZ Top.
Nope.
It's the opening song in Duck Dynasty. Everybody's
Oh,
Wait,
sharp
everybody-
dress, man. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
only. Yeah,
That's the only
yeah,
part of
yeah.
it I know.
Yeah, okay.
Yep,
It's
I
raining.
did. Rain. It's Raining Man.
Piano Man.
Sing us a song,
Piano
Piano Man. Sing us a song tonight.
That's all I know.
And we're all
Dun,
in
da,
the
da,
mood
da,
for a
da, da, da.
melody. And you got us feeling
All
all right. La da 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 da.
Hence why it's a
It's
karaoke.
5:00 on a Saturday.
Yay! I love Kelly. I love when you
You're
sing.
the only reason I know all the words to
American Pie.
No.
Christy Dunning said, "Oh yay, music time."
Mr. Tambourine Man. I don't know Mr. Tambourine Man.
I don't know that one. I don't know that one
I
either.
don't either. What
So this podcast is going to be all about men. So
Yes.
I have 4 topics.
This
girls.
is not a karaoke podcast.
No, it is not. Even though it currently sounds like one.
Yes.
What is the salt and pepper she's saying?
Shoot.
Shoot.
Is that about men?
Shoot, ba-doop. That's the only part I know.
Dupa, my necklace just came undone.
Well,
Please
you
hold.
know,
I have a jewelry
let's keep
mouth
all of our clothing and jewelry on.
during the podcast recording. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Before he cheats, isn't that
Carrie
Phyllis Clark
Underwood.
said before
Carrie
he cheats?
Underwood. Yeah.
Hold on. What were you and I just jamming out to? Sugarland. Why don't
Stay.
you
Oh,
stay?
yeah.
I'm down. I'm so
We're all just,
melody.
it's fine. You do really good with those songs. You're like that one person.
I'm
Remember
down
that one
all
song, Benny and the
night.
Jets, and everybody thinks it's all the different words.
Yeah.
That's what you do, and it's
you
great.
Give me what I need.
Chase is the same way too.
I know the song. I just don't know the
he,
melody.
He knows the melody, but words.
Oh,
he
look.
doesn't do words.
Look, before he cheats.
Yeah. that's
Oh
the
no,
Carrie
not that one. I'm
Underwood.
sorry. The boys
Oh.
are back in town.
Oh yeah, the boys
Oh,
are
yeah.
back. in town.
Man in
Oh,
the mirror.
That's my favorite
Michael Jackson.
song.
Michael Jackson. Okay, we could do this all day, y'all. This
All
is
day
really
long.
fantastic.
good.
All day long. Okay, let's talk about men. So, in the month of February, in the inner circle, obviously, you guys already know. Some of you may not know. I am going to teach all about men. It's one of my favorite topics. I've done a whole entire conference on, let's say it together, girls,
For the love of blue.
So, if you know,
You know.
So we're going to talk about it today because the whole month of February, I'm going to talk about men in general, not how to be a better wife, not how, not how, like, how can you help me respond to my husband, but just men.
Yeah, right.
MEN. Men.
Got it. I'm like, hold on. Am I supposed to be getting something from this? Yes, got it.
So, okay. So what did Christy said? I know how Robbie knows that
I
one.
know Robbie knows that one.
No shaker.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, okay. So I'm really excited. Here's what I want you guys to do. So, Callie, let's start with you. You've been in my life the longest.
Okay.
How long have Brian and I mentored you about men?
Oh, from the moment I stepped in your home in 2010, because Brian Page said, if you don't learn how to communicate,
Yep.
then it's going to be very difficult for you to be married.
And you had brothers and you had a father
Yes.
at that time.
Yes.
So, okay. Perfect. Melissa, you would be next.
Mm-hmm. Same thing. It's been since day one.
Yep. So you had a father, didn't have a brother.
I don't have brothers, but I was 26 when I met you and wondering why I wasn't married. So
Then there's that.
then there's all that. But I didn't not growing up around men,
Yeah.
I had to I didn't know about boys.
Yeah.
Being around your boys, thank God, because now I'm a boy mom.
Hmm.
So
Thank God.
yeah,
You weren't hard headed. Now you're
Yeah.
raising 2 boys.
exactly. So
Okay, Danielle, what about you?
Since 2014.
Okay. So, gosh,
So I did
that's a long time.
for women only. You did a group with for women only that fall. I did that.
Your makeup,
like
it looks
virtual.
on point, by the way, today.
Oh, thanks.
Y'all can't see Danielle unless you're on
No,
the
it's
YouTube Live,
fantastic.
mhm.
but
Got it.
she's
Yeah.
got on a beautiful electric pink. Is
Mhm.
that a color?
Hot pink.
It is now.
Okay.
You
It's
know
a
what?
Robbie
electric.
color.
Electric pink sweater, but your
Yes.
makeup.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay. So at that time, you were already married,
Married. Lucy was 1.
a father, no
mhm.
brothers.
No brothers. I just have 1 sister.
Mhm.
So my dad, married, and just a little girl at that
Okay.
point.
And you're married to Jared Perkins.
Yes.
Mr. Jared, the manliest man in town.
He's gonna love this.
I feel like he's gotten manlier since he wears his cowboy hat.
Oh, he has turned into.
It's a Western hat.
Oh yeah.
Did he say that? Oh, I was like,
Melissa's
oh god,
no, I'm
I
gonna
didn't
tell
know that.
Melissa.
I will
He's
say
gonna
that from
text
now
me.
on.
But if
I know.
anyone in that hears, it's okay, people. She's from California.
I am.
It's okay.
Kind of like when I tell Michael, "Hey, do you have any more paintings?" He's like, "Painters paint a house. I am an artist." I'm like, "Oh, sorry. Oops. Sorry."
I heard that before. That's
Okay,
funny.
so I came up with 4 topics.
Mhm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the topic out there, and here's what I want you guys to do. Well, hold on. Let's tell our ages for
Yeah.
the new listeners.
I'm 36.
I'm Robbie. I am 40.
Oh, sorry. I'm Melissa Jeffrey on 36.
It's okay. I'm Robbie. I'm 49.
Danielle Perkins, 35.
Callie Atwood, 32, 33 in February.
I was going to say,
Almost.
did we decide I was 36? I
What
forget
are we
this
doing for your
conversation
birthday?
Callie
already.
said you were 40.
Should we bring that conversation up?
I mean, you're close. You're
I couldn't
closer to
remember
40
if I
than you
was
are
35
30.
or 36. What
You
age
lose
I was
track.
turning
And
this
I
year.
said, Melissa, it doesn't matter. You're 40.
And
I
then she
thought
came
that
back
was
in the
rude.
office, and then as she was leaving, Callie's like, I mean, you look great for 40.
Oh, because I said I found gray hairs. And Melissa
Oh,
goes,
yeah.
I did too. I said, well, it doesn't matter because you're 40.
Oh, Melissa. It's
I said,
fine.
but you look great for 40.
And then I
okay.
literally thought, how old am I?
Wait,
What age
am
am
I
I turning
40?
this year? And then I thought I lost a year because I thought I was turning 36 and I'm turning 37.
No, she's turning 37.
You're almost 40. You're closer to 40.
Yeah.
That's okay. Don't look like that. I'm going to be 50 this year.
I know,
That's
but I
okay.
just feel like
I don't know
lost
what-
a year of my
I
life.
know. I
I
know
was
right?
like,
You
wait.
did. It's called 2020.
That is true.
Okay, so
Sure.
what I want to do is I want to throw a topic out there, and then I want you guys to tell our listeners and our YouTube Live viewers, hello, YouTube Livers.
Well,
Y'all are so sweet
I
to be
know.
watching. You can watch us record this. It's so fun. And thank you, Gina. She said we are all beautiful.
Aw,
Thank
thanks.
you.
thanks.
Okay, so here we go. Ready?
Ready.
Y'all can talk over each other. You can do whatever you want. Ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 1, Men 101. Go.
Like what we've learned the most.
Oh
from
boy.
you?
Okay.
Well,
But
I-
like
I
how
knew
they're
that.
wired,
Men
how they
101.
function.
I would say what you taught me is nothing box.
Mhm.
They're nothing box.
Mhm.
When they're in their nothing box, just leave them be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Leave them be.
I would say, just thinking back to the first time I did for women only, anytime you bring a study about men, you always say, don't come in this and think your husband is the exception to everything I'm
That's
about
so
to
good.
teach you.
Yeah.
Right.
There are things that are just true about how men are.
Mhm.
So that's always something that, because, you know, sometimes like your insecurities will flare or you'll want to justify or make excuses for most of the time yourself in
Right.
dealing with a man. So I would say that.
So the biggest kickback I get on that is when I teach that men are the keeper of the visual Rolodex.
Yes.
Mhm.
That anything they see, no matter what, good or bad, a beautiful woman, a porn, an ad, Sports Illustrated, whatever, they remember it forever. It goes in the Rolodex. And always women said, not my husband.
Right.
Like the way your marriage never gets better is when you say, not my husband.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good. What about you? Are you ready to answer now?
I am now.
Okay, good.
I am now. I think like because I grew up with a very quiet dad
Mhm.
and I wasn't around men, and I'm married to a not quiet man. I think it's how you always talk about how they're wired, because now I see why my dad was so quiet.
Oh yeah.
And Brandon is not, and so I want to make sure that he never becomes that. So I think
Mm.
it's all of those little things
That's real
that
good.
lead to, what that can look like. Because now looking back, I understand how he just could never win, so he stayed
Yeah.
quiet, and I just never want to put Brandon in that position, knowing that now, and that's what we were talking about earlier, if I hadn't met you, those things wouldn't have been pointed out,
That's
and so I could have very easily created that in my home. So
And I'm teaching that.
fact,
I'm teaching, every woman loves to believe that her husband's just really quiet.
not so much.
No,
Yeah.
that's not the case. Okay. Topic number 2. Can y'all guess what it is?
By you're getting this.
I
yes.
What do you think it is?
There's one thing that Robbie loves to talk about, and that is
Let's talk about sex,
sex,
baby.
baby.
Let's talk about you and me.
Let's talk about all the
Mhm.
good things and the bad things
That
make
make
me.
me
Let's talk
about
about sex.
There
I
you
am.
go.
I'm going to spend a whole entire week on sex. So,
Sex week.
Sex
Dun,
week.
dun, dun.
Rated
Which is
R.
so good. I think there's not enough healthy conversations about sex.
I would agree.
And coming from someone whose home did not talk about sex, like nobody ever sat me down and said, here's how life works. I
Mhm.
picked things up from movies. Even my sisters never said, Melissa, nobody talked to me about it.
Right.
And so I think I am so grateful that this circle does. And you took the time to be like, I need to sort out your brain or else marriage is going to blow your brain.
Well, because you were a
So,
virgin.
yeah.
And so most people don't realize that. I mean, the good news about being a virgin is it's God's plan. The bad news about being a virgin, if you don't have someone that walks alongside of you, is you don't go from a nun to a sex kitten overnight.
Right.
You can't.
Fact.
It's everything in your brain is triggered. I'm going to talk about that too,
Right.
of
Mhm.
how to prepare your kids.
Right.
I mean, it's not going to be about kids. That's not what I mean. However, someone's talking to your children about sex.
Right.
Right.
Be it you.
Well, and I've always loved that in your family, and you have boys, and we're going to be talking about men, and boys grow up to be men.
Right.
You have always had a very open conversation
Right.
with your boys and just talking, and you can come to them, or they can come to you for anything. And I grew up like Melissa. We did not talk about it. I grew up in a very religious Christian home.
Yeah.
It's shameful. It was the big thing was I kissed dating goodbye at the time,
Mhm.
purity rings, all
What
of
does
that.
that even mean? What does I kiss dating goodbye? What does that even mean?
I
No.
didn't
Is that
read-
the easier way to say don't have sex?
I'm guessing. I didn't read the book.
Okay.
Um,
That's so
Yeah, I didn't
interesting
read the
to
book.
me.
I was just like, I didn't even care about dating
Yeah.
at all. But that was a part of the church back then, was so big on that. And
Yeah.
so we didn't talk about sex, like same everything. And if you talked about it, there was just so much like shame
Mhm.
if you talked about it. And so coming into this, and being around women that have a healthy conversation, that we do talk about it, that we have funny stories. And if you've heard our girl
Any of the podcast.
chit chat, if you heard any of the podcasts, which I mean, beforehand, I would just be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And now it's a healthy, and
Right.
it's fun with my husband,
Right.
you know, and that's the way it should be.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, whether we like it or not, everyone thinks of sex.
Yeah.
Right.
Every
right.
single one of us thinks of sex. And again, please don't send me emails and say I don't think of sex, because of course, I'm not going to teach this right now. I know there's healing that needs to be done to women, but healing's a choice.
Right.
We can't
Absolutely.
withhold sex because we're not healed.
Right.
That's my testimony.
Right.
So
Mhm.
I love talking about sex because everyone talks about sex except for us.
Right.
And so I'm like,
Right.
no, let's talk about sex. Let's talk about orgasms. Let's talk about blowjobs. Let's talk about sex toys. Let's talk about all the things, positions. I'm going to bring it.
Yeah.
But it's also the reason, like, I love listening to you talk about like the reason, the way a man, your
Mhm.
husband,
Mhm.
regards sex. Like, if, again, going back to my story, because nobody talked to me about it, it was just guys just love sex and they want sex, and that's all they
want.
think.
That's
Yeah.
all they want is sex.
From that
Yeah.
standpoint, instead of no, that's how they feel
Mhm.
secure as your husband. That's how they feel respect
Mhm.
from you, love from you, all those things. And so that's why,
Right. And how they can
It's
conquer
good.
life.
right.
Yeah.
That was a huge eye opener for me too. I think
It's good.
you do such a great job of taking it from the superficial,
Mhm.
all men love sex, to, but here's why.
Let's
Right.
really
dive
look
deep in
at
how God wired
how
them.
they're wired.
Right.
Yeah.
That is actually one of my biggest pet peeves is when I hear a woman say, all my husband wants is sex.
Mhm.
I'm like, you have no idea what belief system you have adopted, and it is dangerous.
Yeah.
Right.
It is so dangerous.
Yeah.
So I love when you talk about
Okay,
that.
so I'm going to talk
we
about all
will
that.
be prepared for sex week.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
we
yeah.
are excited. Our husbands
They
are
love it.
excited
They
for
love
sex
it.
They
week.
love it. What do all the husbands say when I teach sex?
Thank you,
Thank you,
Robbie.
Robbie.
Yes. Well, it changes.
Yes.
It changes.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
so passionate about it because it was God's creation for us
Fact.
to have sex. So, okay, ready? Don't look at my notes,
Okay.
cheater.
Every time.
Cheater.
Every
I mean, I
time.
wrote them, but that's
Number 3, king versus fool.
That's a good one.
Oh gosh.
This is definitely one of my favorite ones
Mhm.
for sure. Because I was saying earlier about this topic, I think for the longest time, I thought, what is Robbie talking about? I don't even understand what that means. Speak to the king. I can't speak to the king because my husband's not a king. He's just a flat out fool. Because I mean, how many times do we
Yeah.
think that?
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it was switching my brain from thinking he's such a fool, because what our brain thinks is going to come out of our mouth.
Right.
And if that's what I think all the time, then
Mhm.
that's the way I'm going to respond and react to him.
Right.
And
Right.
so I finally had this breakthrough conversation where I decided I'm going to change the way that I bring up this subject with Chase, and we'll just see how it works. And it was flat out game changer.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm.
When I spoke to the king of who he is
That's right.
and came to him with something that was on my mind, I
Mhm.
respected him, gave him the benefit of the doubt,
Right.
and talked to him like a king. He responded to me in, where normally he would have been defensive
Sure.
if I would have come at him, all of those kind of things. So now do I do it every time? No, but I need to.
But
So this
you're
will be
triggered.
Right.
this
Right.
will be
Yeah.
such.
Yeah.
I'm excited, even if I know kind of what you're going to talk about, but it's so good to revisit.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Revisit and just kind of remind myself, oh yes, I need to do that again. So even
Mhm.
for our OG inner circle members,
Right.
or if you have heard Robbie speak about this before, it's always good to revisit, and then in a different season that you're in.
Yeah,
for
Always
sure.
in a different season.
Always.
You hear
always.
things differently. I agree. And I was just thinking, it's funny how when there's something like that women will be like, oh, I really wish my husband would be more of the king and not the fool. And we
Mhm.
put so much on how they need to change. But if we change the way that we walk it out,
Right.
Mhm.
You're right.
that initiates something, versus I think it's a cop out. Like, I don't want to sound harsh, because I think we've all done it at some point,
Mhm.
of thinking like, oh, it's just if he could just sort himself out.
Right.
But what in you could you do differently?
Well, and
Mhm.
how are you treating him?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
There's nothing
exactly.
new under the sun. And
Yes.
men are, I mean, obviously I love men and I'm always on their
Yes.
side.
Always.
True.
But at the end of the day, I truly believe that women mess it up. Don't send me hate mail. I'm not going to read it. But it's true. It's
Yeah,
totally true. And
100%.
okay, I was going to say this too with king versus fool. One of the things that I'm going to teach, to be quite honest, is the reticular activating system and how it applies to men. And I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
going to teach that right now, but
So good.
I'm very excited about it. And I'm going to have everybody draw windows and we're going to fill those windows in. So I'm
So
really
good.
excited about it.
Yeah.
Melissa, what about
Yes.
you?
Like they both said, I think that's something I'm walking out right now, and even texting Brandon yesterday, and I even said, "Look at me, I sandwiched it."
Yeah.
Oh, the sandwich.
Oh, the
sandwich,
The
yes.
sandwich.
It's just something that you don't like. It's with all your wisdom. It's like, I need to do this more. I need to, not that I don't believe you when you say it, but when you see it in action, you're like, oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yes.
Oh my
And
gosh, Robbie does know what she's talking
Yes.
about.
And it's like, you're always so right. And I just love that. And it's not that you forget it, but
Yeah.
when you actually think, okay, how can I do this differently so I don't get this response?
Sure.
And so
Mhm.
that it falls on you to do that. And so, yeah, I agree. I love watching it in motion and
Real
think,
time.
okay, again, don't do it all the time,
Right.
but I'm convicted and I think, no, that's what she's talking about. She
Yep.
talks about talking to the pool. And I'm
Right.
quicker to correct myself
Yeah.
instead of being mad and that it's him,
Right.
and then realizing, oh yeah, I probably could have done
How
that
could I have
better.
done this
Sure.
better?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, and I want to say this too. I'm not always right because I'm always right. And I know that's not what you meant, but I
Mhm.
want to say this for the listeners. I'm right because I've interviewed thousands of men
Mhm.
and I've studied men for so long and I'm obsessed with human behavior.
Mhm,
And so one of my favorite human behaviors is that of men.
mhm.
And so, not to mention, y'all, I've done it all wrong. I could write a book on flipping the switch from going to doing it all wrong and being super convicted and reaping that in my marriage to walking out, trying all the studying I was
Yeah.
doing, trying,
Mhm.
because I knew as I knew as I knew, if I believe that God created Brian Page for me when he was born, he said, your wife will be Robbie in Del Rio, Texas. You will meet. I know the day you will meet. And if I believe that
Mhm.
and we're not getting along, and I know the Bible has a whole chapter written for women, what's my problem? And I
Right,
started to
right.
really
That's
ask
so
myself
good.
that. What is
Mhm.
my problem? Now, I'm not here to say that some men don't need a spanking because they do, but I truly believe that a woman is the neck and that what we do will change
Right.
so much in our
For
husband.
sure.
So
Well, and because we can't control them changing, but we can change first.
Fact.
exactly.
For sure.
Fact.
Exactly.
Is what you always say is when you stop looking around and looking at everybody else and you start looking at yourself and what can I do better,
Mhm.
it seems like it all falls into place.
Yeah.
And he thinks,
Right.
oh, she's actually
Right.
gonna sort herself out. Okay, well then maybe. And I've seen that time and time again.
Well, and
so.
y'all have only been married 5 years.
Right.
So I had been married a long time when I
Yes.
sorted myself out. And so Brian let me walk the sucker out for 7
Mhm.
years by myself
Mhm.
because he thought, oh God, here she goes to another Bible study. Oh, look, she's still the same. Oh, here she goes
Yeah.
to another women's conference. Oh, look, you're still the same.
Right.
So
Right.
when I made that shift, Brian's like, I'm just gonna
Weather it out.
let's just
Right.
weather it out.
No, that's so
And then he
good.
started to realize that I started doing what I was learning and I started applying what I was studying. And he'll tell you, I looked up and I realized I was 7 years behind you in personal growth.
Mm.
I was 7 years because I didn't trust that you were really going to do
Right.
everything that you were sitting in Bible study,
Right.
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
So, but yeah, so, and I think that's why I'm so passionate because I really think there's so much in a marriage that if we sort ourselves out, because I love men, they're such easy characters.
Mhm.
I could go on forever. Okay, let's go to topic number 4.
Save it for the IC.
Yeah, save it for
Yes.
the inner circle. Okay, number 4, spaghetti versus waffle. Do you guys remember those lessons?
Yes. I know many of you
Oh
are
my
like,
gosh,
what?
I love it.
Tell me
Yes.
what I taught you about that.
We are constantly, our brains are spaghetti and their brains are waffles.
Mhm.
And when you think, what does that even mean? But the first time I heard this lesson, it was such a, oh my gosh, that makes
Seriously.
so much sense.
Right.
It ties together how a man like Brandon and a man like Jared, who personalities are polar
Opposite.
opposite, but it's still the DNA of a man.
It's
Yeah.
still the
It
DNA
doesn't
of a man.
matter what the
Yes.
personality is.
There's so many
Yeah.
things where I'm like, you are a high I and I am a high C, but you think that way.
Right.
Like, how is that possible?
He's
But
still
I
a man.
think now that we're talking about
Like
this,
your
it's that.
piles.
All
Yes.
my piles.
Yes,
All
yes.
the piles in the world. This one, yes, and they drive him nuts. But
Yeah.
that makes sense
Yeah.
when you talk about that.
Yeah. What else? What would you guys say?
I think with that, it just helps me, especially when I can be all over the place.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And he's just like one thing at a time,
Rein
one
it in.
thing at a time, one
Yeah.
thing at a time. It just helps me better communicate with
Yes.
him.
Mhm.
And hey, I can't just like dump all the things on him
Right.
at
Yeah.
the same time.
You
I'm-
realize how truly simple they are.
Yeah.
They're very
Mhm.
simple.
So simple.
And I love, and I look back, you guys, on my story, and I think I'm so grateful. And I really, for those of you that don't know my story, you'll find out if you guys join the Inner Circle in February. But Reagan, who's 24 today, he said to me, I'm going to go back and remember, I think he was 8 or 9. And he said to me in absolute fury, I never want to marry a woman like you. And that stopped me dead in my tracks. I mean, most women can say, how dare you say that to your mother? Right.
Mhm.
But
Right.
it stopped me. And when I looked at that, that was the beginning of today. Because truth be known, Brian had been crying out for a long time for me to stop disrespecting him so much, stop doing this, stop doing that. But we don't listen to our husbands, right? So,
Right.
but for Reagan to say that to me, so all my material I owe to Reagan
Mhm.
because he said, I never want to marry a woman like that. And I had to hear, not
Right.
listen to him,
Mhm.
but hear what he said.
Well, because
Right.
he's also a child. And if a child can recognize, like, hold up, what's
Right.
going on, and
Mhm.
recognize this is not what I want for
Right.
my life, that's huge.
Right. I love it, y'all. I'm very excited. Okay, do y'all remember, and I'm just gonna say this and you tell me, a raw egg?
Yes.
Yes.
We're doing that.
Yes.
I do.
Or not the egg lesson.
No.
Not it is
The raw egg.
completely
Yes.
different.
Yes. So if you guys heard me on Rise and Shine talk about the egg lesson, that's not what I'm talking
No,
about.
No.
I don't think very many people will remember that.
No.
Where did that come from? Do you remember? What
We
were we
were-
studying?
We were at your 1313
I
house
think
because I
that-
remember.
I don't think we were doing for women only.
No, I feel like it
I think you were doing your own thing. I think it could have
what
been
was that?
like,
we were sitting at your dining room table,
yeah, because it was at
1313, the kitchen. I remember sitting there and getting up and getting in my car.
Don't tell.
yeah,
Don't tell.
yeah, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
tell.
The last time, I'll just say this. The last time Robbie did this lesson, Chase and I were dating.
Mhm.
And so we've been married for 6 years. So
I
you
think
did the
you
7.
met him, what, 2013?
Yeah.
Yes.
So 7 or 8 years ago
Wow.
was the
okay.
last time you did this.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause it was
bringing it
before
back.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've never done it.
Danielle
Never
had
done it.
no clue.
Nope. No clue.
What homeworks have you done, Danielle? Sex homework?
Yes. I think that's pretty much all the homework. In a nutshell.
And Jared said, yeah.
Which you'll definitely do sex homework for sex
Facts.
week.
you for sure will. Well, every week you'll have homework.
Yes.
Yes.
So a lot of you may not know, but I had a course that was called You Inc. And we just put him to sleep. He's
Night-night.
going
Night-night.
night-night. So what I'm doing is now I only have one
Mm.
place that I pour out all the life wisdom, and
Mhm.
that's in the inner circle. So I'm very excited
Yes.
to
Yes.
do. And guess what I'm preparing for at the end of the month?
Oh, yeah.
Our marriage retreat.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's
So
only
I think
available
that's
to
going to
our
be
AC girls.
so fun for the inner circle women.
yeah,
I mean, it's going to be basically like a party.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like, hey, we have basically you're going through men boot camp
Yes.
all month long.
All month long.
And
And then
at the very end, we're going to come
Yes.
together, which is not all of them. It was
Yeah.
only like
Limited space.
Only
limited
limited
space.
spaces.
and we're gonna party like it's 1999
That's
at the
right.
lake house.
That's right. And hold on, because here's what women are going to say. But when are you going to teach my husband about me? What would be my response to that, you guys?
It's
not
not about
about
them.
yeah. Sort yourself out first.
Yes.
And that's
When you sort yourself out.
Then I
facts.
will.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the
And women never sort themselves out.
Never. Unfortunately, yeah.
you have to be in a place for that. But if you could come to a place and think that to yourself, that I'm gonna spend February sorting myself out,
Yeah.
you're gonna gain so much.
Yeah, well, even when you brought up, I thought, okay, February would be a good month for me, and I read it every year to get back out my Uncommon Wife
Mhm. By
with-
Dr. Mike Murdoch.
by Mike
Love
Murdoch.
it.
I absolutely, and just doing things like that.
Mhm.
That I
Or
think-
For Women Only by
Yep.
Shanti Feldhahn
Yeah.
is one of my all-time favorite
Yeah.
books. Yeah.
And okay, so 1 month out of the year, I'm going to focus on me being, how can I be the best wife to
Yeah.
Chase?
Right,
Mhm.
right.
You know, so
Well, and I even think of the inner circle. So the inner circle is $197.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's $197 a month. You could treat this as a masterclass if you wanted to, but it's funny how I'll look up and people don't have their dream marriage, or they don't have that intimacy with their husband, or they
Right.
don't have that man that roars. I think a
Right.
man doesn't roar because we're roaring. And
Agreed.
so
That's
they
so
don't,
good,
they
Robin.
don't have all that. And so, but yet somehow 197 is too much.
right.
And I remember sitting in one of my studies, and the average marriage that's in trouble will cost $53,000 in counseling, in books, in all the things. And
Right.
unfortunately, we wait until we can find
Yeah.
thousands
That's
of
so
dollars
good.
to go
Mhm.
get counseling. So, but the things I'm going to teach are so profound and so simple. They changed my life. I can only
Yeah.
teach what changed my life. That it's almost instant correction if you walk it out. Would you
Yeah.
guys agree?
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Absolutely.
Well, I think it's so, the things that you are going to teach, they're so foundational
Mhm.
and simple. And it's just like what you say, it's just a little tweak.
Right.
It's
Mhm.
not, and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, why didn't anyone tell me this?
Right. How did I not know that?
How did
Yeah.
I not know if I just apply this, then, and I choose to walk this out, then I could get this result.
right.
And it's something so simple and easy that I think that February is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So,
So can I tell you one of my favorite parts?
Yes.
yes.
Is I'm interviewing men, and all the videos are going to go in the inner circle.
And that's
Love it.
exciting. I
I
always
love
love
it.
hearing their perspectives.
Yes.
Because I'll teach it, and then I don't tell them what I'm teaching.
right.
So I'll teach the lesson, and then I just literally say, I've got 5 questions for you.
Yeah.
And have we ever seen it where it doesn't match?
No.
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 I
mean, even
love it.
like the different
Again, don't
personalities.
think your husband is the
No,
exception.
Exactly.
because we've got a man
Exactly.
to represent every type of guy.
Right,
Yes.
right,
So,
right. So let's talk about our men. So my husband,
Mhm.
Brian, I've been with him for 31 years, and he is a very strong calculator.
Mhm.
He's Yoda.
Strong
Yoda.
calculator.
He's Yoda.
He's E.F. Hutton.
He's like, I always say, if Jesus was around, he'd probably be a lot like Brian Page.
You think?
Yes.
Oh, I think
Not in the
Jesus was-
super, I don't want people to think like,
Oh.
not the
Jesus was-
super
never mind,
spiritual
I'm
one.
done.
He's like he will lay a truth bomb down and like, you're
Walk
like,
off.
okay, I'm going to go like, okay, I'm done.
The parables.
Yes,
talks in
yes,
parables.
yes.
Yeah,
talk in
he's so
parables.
wise
Yeah.
and so matter of fact.
Yes.
And this is truth. I don't know what you don't understand about it. That type
Yeah.
of, not like what people think.
Well,
Grace
and when he
Love would call it.
adds value to these kind of lessons, which he gets really excited about,
Yeah.
is he talks of what it was like to be married to me, which he
Yeah.
has full permission. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, the whole world knows who I used to be, so whatever.
Right.
But and he's going to bring that the whole entire
Yes.
month. I'm very excited.
I
Yeah.
love
So
it.
what is Jared?
Brian Page shrunken and younger.
Shrunken
I would
and
agree.
younger.
He's very similar personality profile. He has a strong personality, very.
He's got a
calculative.
lot more funny than
I was
Jared.
gonna say,
he's
got a lot
he
more
has-
eye.
he
Jared's
has a
got
lot
some
more
funny
eye.
too. Jared
Yeah.
makes me laugh.
Yes.
Same.
And then sometimes I want to hit him in the face.
Same.
A little bit.
Same.
Kind of both. But I think Brian's wit makes me laugh.
Brian has
Yes.
a very
Yes.
sharp wit, and it comes out like
It's
pow.
unexpected. And
Yeah.
you're like, what?
What was that?
How'd that happen?
What about Chase?
I call Chase is my dick. That's what I call
in
him.
more ways than one.
Beep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh, Chase, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hold on, let her explain. Go.
No, he no one makes me laugh more.
That's true.
Mhm.
Hands down. Like we laugh together, we get each other's.
He's goofy.
He's so
Very goofy.
I love
goofy.
it.
And then when Jared and Chase are together at dinner, good God.
Just move to the other end.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's literally, they're like Dumb and Dumber. Like, yes,
They
that's how it
feed
is.
off- That's
They
true.
feed off of each other. But he is, he's very aggressive.
Yeah, yeah.
He, he's
Yeah.
aggressive. He's very calculated
Mhm.
in the things that he knows. I mean, if he went on Jeopardy, he would
oh,
he
for
would
sure.
win in a hot
Yes,
second.
yes.
So
Okay, so it's funny you say that. He would win. Everybody think of this. I want to come back to
Mhm.
Brandon. He would win Jeopardy. Brian would win Survivor.
Facts.
oh yes.
Absolutely.
Isn't that hilarious?
Yes.
I mean, Chase and I would watch Jeopardy when it was on, and he would know just
Yeah.
and thinking, how
How
do
do you
you
know
know this?
Yeah.
And he just does.
Chase
Yeah.
would be my what's it called? on
lifeline?
that? Yes.
Oh,
Lifeline.
yes.
Like you get a
Let
call
me
on
call
my
my
How
phone.
to be a millionaire.
How to be yes, he would be the
Yeah,
perfect
yeah.
person to call
Yeah.
for any question.
Literally.
Chase
Yes.
to
Any
me
question.
is very he's goofy funny
Yeah.
and he's a barker.
Yes.
But he's a
Mhm.
barker and because he's so aggressive, but he's so correctable.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when he barks, you're like, Chase, do not talk like to Callie like that. He's like, you're right. I'm sorry, babe. You're
Oh,
right. I'm so
yeah.
sorry.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Chase is
Yeah.
will 100% always say, and I'm working on it, will always say I'm sorry
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
As much of like aggressive and his personality is just like in your face, he is humble pie and
That's true.
yes.
I get on to Jared
Mhm.
and he looks at me like this.
Mhm.
I understand that.
He stares at me.
I understand the
So
stare.
did both of his children.
I know. He's a Leo. I feel like I'm talking to Leo. When we sit down with these couples, I will always, Brian and I pour into both. And that's the response always from Jared is he just looks at me and he kind of turns red. And then he'll text me later and say, I already see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then Brandon, when I correct Brandon, he's like, well, it's because the sun wasn't shining at 4:00 quite yet. And the dog had run by the window and Melissa had called me at the wrong time. That's why I said that. I'm like, Brandon, let's try this again.
We're working on it. We promise.
What would you say about Brandon?
Brandon is 100% I, which means he's
Party.
the life of the party.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
that's Brandon. He's the life of the party. He loves people.
He's Buddy the
Everybody
elf.
loves people.
He's
Everybody
Buddy the
loves
elf.
him.
He's
Yeah.
Buddy the elf.
Facts. So yeah, he's a good time.
What show would he
Mhm.
win? He would win. What's that? Where you run and you try to walk on the ball and
Ninja Warrior?
Ninja
no,
Warrior.
No,
No,
yes,
no,
I know
no.
exactly.
Knocked out.
No,
yeah,
yeah, I think that was it.
yeah.
I think that one is it.
That's
Yes,
funny. That's
know
funny.
exactly what you're
Brandon would have, and he would put the tutu on and own it,
Facts,
man.
yeah.
He would have
Facts.
so much fun.
He's super fun, but he's so like he's our anchor in our family. I feel a lot. But yeah,
We love B.
we love
Mhm.
him.
What game would Jared win?
Well, instantly I thought he'd be a good assassin.
I was like, he'd be good at Ninja Warrior. I feel like he'd be totally.
Maybe it's just because we're watching Blacklist. I don't
Oh
know.
my gosh, that's
Um,
funny.
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. A good assassin. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll end this podcast on that.
Yes.
That's funny. No, I'm really, really excited.
Mm-hmm.
So I know those of you that have listened to us or our YouTube livers, you will get to meet all these men
Yes.
during the month of February, which will be
Yes.
really exciting. You'll meet Brandon, you'll meet Brian, my husband, you'll
Mm-hmm.
meet Jared, Danielle's husband, and Chase, Callie's husband. Brandon is Melissa's husband.
Yes.
And so they'll all be on there pouring out to you guys. So it'll be a fantastic month. I'm
Yes.
very excited. And you know what? What a better way to do it than in February month. Why don't we talk about that next week?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Love it.
Dun, dun.
Getting people ready for that.
Yeah, we'll talk about Valentine's
Love it.
Day next week. I have a whole book. No, Christy, I didn't write it. About how not to behave on Valentine's Day. And I actually have some horrible stories I'll share with you.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next
Sounds
week.
great.
All right,
Yes.
so let's go. Thanks for joining us, all of our
Yes,
YouTube livers. We love you
everyone.
guys.
For all of you joining us in February in the inner circle,
We welcome.
We're so
You're gonna
excited.
love
We're
it.
so excited.
yes.
And listen, you're not going to come and feel like you just died.
No, you're not.
We assign you to a big sister who will walk things out with you, who will help you, all the sisterships in there. It's absolutely phenomenal. So, so all of you are welcome to join us.
Yes.
Come and join our party in February. You must wear blue. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
That's a
Callie
good
is in
idea.
it. I'm like, theme. I'm in it to win
Win
it.
it. So win it.
All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. Until next time, make sure you live the greatest days of your life. I'm Robbie Page.
Melissa Jeffrey on.
Danielle Perkins.
And Callie Atwood.
Thanks for joining us, you guys. We'll chat with you next time. Bye-bye. Yay! Good job, girls. Good job.
Good
I'm
job.
so excited about February.
Yes.
Good job. I'm glad all of you came, all of our YouTube girls. I love when you guys came. It's recording
I
again.
know it is. I pushed it twice.
Oh.
This one we
Um,
don't need.
I can't wait to spend that time. For those of you that are joining us, I'm so excited. When I tell you it's the best group of women on the planet, I'm not even joking.
Yes.
Definitely.
So, did you guys enjoy today's podcast? Tell me in the comments. Phyllis FOMO retreat. I know,
Aw.
Phyllis. I know.
Yay. Great comments. Well, we're excited for all of you who are deciding to join us. So, yes.
Yeah. Fantastic. All right, everyone. Peace out. Logging off.
Have
See
a
you soon.
great day.
Mwah. Cheers, everyone.